Hey, good morning. Rich here with Summit Life Group. I want to share a quick message for anyone who may be feeling a bit discouraged in their journey, whether you're a newly licensed agent or maybe you've been at it a while, but you're feeling a little bit discouraged. I just want to share a little story, something that impacted me a long time ago and has kind of stayed with me for a long time. At about 12 years old, me and my 9-year-old brother were tasked to create a pretty large stone walkway. My dad had us doing. It was several hundred feet long, 5 feet wide. It took us a long, long time to do it. And my granddad, who one of the wisest men I ever known, but he was overseeing our project and instructing us. But it was all us. We were building this thing at 12 years old, and it took us almost a year. It took us forever to do it, but after about a month into it, we'd dug it out and made some progress. We started to get very, very frustrated. My granddad came over and was giving us instructions, making sure we were doing things right, and saw that we were just getting a little frustrated. So he decided to bring somebody over one day just to help us, so we could learn from someone that had a little bit of experience. And he brought this older gentleman. His name was Otha, who was probably in his 60s. Came over and had done some work with my granddad, and he kind of worked with us a little bit for about half a day. And about a couple hours into it, he heard, this was in a hot summer, he heard my brother and I were constantly just complaining, look how far we have to go, we're never going to finish this. And after a while, he finally said, you guys need to turn around and work backwards and look backwards. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're spending all your focus and energy looking at how far you have to go, and you're not looking back, seeing how much you've already accomplished. And so he always would face the way looking back, so he could take pride on the work that he had done. And he taught us that, and it really made a difference, because maybe other people just saw a broken, with lots of imperfections, not even halfway done walkway. But what we started doing is we started looking back, seeing that, hey, we were actually making progress, and actually looked with a sense of pride at what we accomplished. And that's basically what he was pointing out to us, is that, yes, you need to look where you're going. You need to make sure you're aiming the right way so you don't end up where you don't want to end up. But you need to spend a lot of your energy appreciating how far you've already come. And I've always looked back on that lesson, because what I believe most of us have an idea of what we're hopeful that we can accomplish, right? Maybe you went out and got a life insurance license, and you want to make $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, or $50,000 a month, right? You have your goals, and yes, you need to review those. Yes, you need to make sure you're going in the right direction, and that is very important. But I know that most of us internally spend most of our time beating ourselves up over what we haven't done, or how far we haven't gone, or how far we have to go. And we spend all of our energy doing that, and it affects our confidence, it affects our belief. And so, here's my challenge to you. If you've just taken a test, well, give yourself a pat on the back. You've laid a stone in your journey, on your walkway, and look back on that as a sense of accomplishment, because it is something that you've done that you can be proud of. But it's easy to forget that, right? Maybe you found a group that you believe in, an agency, a mentor. You found a team, and you found kind of a home that you're comfortable with. Well, congratulations. That's a big, important step in your journey, right? Maybe you wrote yourself a policy, and you say, well, that's not a big deal. You know how many agents I've met that can't even sell themselves a policy, right? I mean, if you sold yourself a policy, that congratulations. It's a stone that you've laid in your journey that you're building. Look back on that. Make a list of some of these things you've already accomplished. Maybe you sold your mama a policy, right? You sold your mom, your dad. Congratulations. You say, that's not a big deal. Hey, your mom loves you enough, you've treated her right, that your mom was still willing to believe in you and buy a policy, right? That's a big deal. Maybe you purchased some leads for the first time. and you hadn't dialed them yet, but you made a purchase. You know what? You laid another stone. Be proud of yourself that you took a step on faith to believe in yourself and your journey, right? Don't look back on it as, oh, I bought these leads. Celebrate it. You actually made an investment. You know how many agents have never done that, right? Maybe you actually picked up the phone and called someone and they told you, I didn't request that information. And you look at that as being discouraged. But you know what you need to do? You need to celebrate the fact that you actually picked up the phone or clicked a button, but you called someone, you reached out to them. You experienced rejection and you're still in the business. That is a stone laid down in your journey that you need to be proud of, right? Don't look at it as a negative, it's a positive. You're still in the business. You've experienced some rejection. Congratulations. So has every other successful agent in the business. Right? Maybe you gave a presentation and almost sold a policy. Well, write that down as a milestone. Look back on it. You almost sold a policy, but eventually you'll sell your first one. You will, right? Just like I sold my first one, I still remember it. Maybe eventually you'll sell your first one over the phone. That is a giant stone that you've just laid down that you can now look back on with pride. You say, well, it's taken me a long time. Well, maybe it is, but who says how fast you have to go, right? Who put those rules down? This is what I know. I can't tell you when you will finish your walkway, when you will hit your goal of 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 or $1 million a year, whatever it is that you're seeking. What I do know is if you keep looking back and creating wins in your business and in your life, and you create and you celebrate those, it will increase your confidence, it'll increase your belief in yourself, and it'll keep you in the business long enough to add the next stone, to add the next stone, to add the next stone, right? Maybe some people do it faster, so what, right? This is your journey, but if you keep adding to it and keep adding to it, you'll eventually get there. Eventually you'll sell 2 policies in a day. What a milestone. Right? How many people never get to that point? I know right now you're just maybe trying to sell your first one, but maybe you'll sell 2 one day in a day. Maybe you'll sell 3. Maybe you'll sell 5 in a day, or 5 in a week. These are all milestones in your business. These that are along the way. Maybe eventually you'll decide you want to grow your business and work with other agents, build a team, recruit, build an agency. Maybe you recruit someone. They're all excited. They're gung ho. They tell you they're going to be your next superstar. And right about the time they get set up, they go MIA, right? You just never hear from them again. Or they tell you they decided to go a different direction. Well, you know what? That's a milestone. Congratulations, because you had someone that believed enough in you, even if it was for only a week. They believed in you for a week. That's a milestone. Maybe the next one will believe in you for 2 weeks. Eventually you'll find the one that sticks it out with you. But it's all part of your journey, but you need to celebrate those things. Whereas most people, when they experience those things, they beat themselves up. It's all about perspective. I know how hard we can be on ourselves, and so I encourage you to look back and find the victories, because I promise you they're already there, right? You've overcome a lot. Even if it's just making a decision to do something and went and got a license, start there. Right? And this applies to everything in life, but when you celebrate and look backwards, it really does a lot for your confidence and your belief. And I hope it can be a sense of encouragement for some of you out there, because I know it can be discouraging. I know it can be frustrating. I know we don't get our goals as fast as we want to, but don't give up. Look how far you've come and celebrate that and keep going. Hope it helps. Have a great day.